This is big news. Intelligence agencies in India are on the highest alert. This after they've come across a video that shows the terrorist Fartullah Ghori actually asking sleeper cells in India to carry out attacks on trains across the country. So big news coming in that the Rameshwaram cafe blast planner calling on the others to carry out similar attacks, with the target being trains across India, and therefore Indian agencies are on the highest alert. Anshul joins us now for more on this. Anshul, this is extremely concerning. Have the intelligence agencies been able to find out the source of this video? How old is this video? And you know, tell us a little bit more on this video. What exactly is he asking sleeper cells in India to do?
Well, this video was actually released on Telegram just a few days ago on several channels. In fact, this video was sent out, and according to sources within the intelligence agencies, what they are telling us at this point in time, that this was to actually go ahead and propagate some sort of unrest across the country, because one of the things that has grabbed the attention of the top officers is the manner in which the person has been claiming the terrorist has been in fact going ahead and saying that the sleeper cells or the mujahids should in fact go ahead and target the logistical chains, should target the railways across India. And this is something that has grabbed their attention, because remember, just recently on the 23rd and 24th of August itself, there were incidents that were reported where cement blocks were actually put on the railway tracks of Vande Bharat Express, and this is definitely a cause of concern at this point in time. But however, there is no clear indication as to something like this is being transpired in the country. What sources are telling us that yes, they are on high alert and watching the developments very, very closely, but nothing dangerous has come out so far. And in fact, in his appeal, he is not making any difference, because much bigger leaders are giving similar calls of attacks that are not working in the country at this point in time. So definitely, this is a serious case. The person Ghori, terrorist Ghori, who has made this call is one of the most wanted terrorists by the Indian agencies, and he is operating out of Pakistan. So definitely, this yet again unearths how Pakistan is constantly engaging in creating some sort of disturbance in India. But however, at this point in time, nothing serious has happened till now. It remains to be seen if at all the security agencies would be able to nab the people who are being addressed in this video, because these people are definitely a security threat for the country.
Absolutely. Defense expert Sushant Sureen is also joining us on the broadcast. Sushant, thanks so much for speaking to us. Fartullah calling for attacks on trains, petroleum pipelines, Hindu leaders. He's also connected to, you know, some very high profile attacks in India. How concerning is this for intelligence agencies?
Look, it is concerning because he is a dreaded terrorist. He is one of the most wanted terrorists in India. Involved in a number of terror crimes in the past, and there are reasons to believe that some of the recent accidents that have taken place, the derailments and others, might, although there's no conclusive evidence as yet, but might be linked to some of the stuff which this guy has spoken about in his video. The other thing is that, look, these kind of threats always have to be taken seriously. You can never ignore them. And the fact that the intelligence agencies and the law enforcement agencies are actually making this public and making the people aware of the kind of threat that is looming, I think suggests that they are probably on to something as well. It's also a warning to the terrorists not to try anything, because, you know, they are very much in the radar screen. So I think there's a multiple messaging which is going on right now. But the threat is always going to be real, and it's always going to be perpetual. So there is no such thing that, you know, there's a final victory of good over evil and good over terrorism. I think we have to learn to live with terrorists.
That's true. Sushant, you know, but there's definitely a very noticeable decline in the number of terror attacks, especially in our country. I wanted to understand from you a little bit about India's counter-terrorism policy against jihadist terror and what Indian government has been doing to, you know, deactivate these sleeper cells or to weaken them.
I think there have been a couple of things. One, I think at the political level, there's a greater level of clarity that you know, there is going to be no concession given that we cannot sleep because the mother of a terrorist, wondering about what the mother of a terrorist would be going through. You know, that kind of nonsense has stopped. So there is a certain amount of clarity on how to combat terrorism, one. Number two, I think there has been a significant beefing up of the capability of the security agencies as well. Number three, and very importantly, I think message has also gone across to some of the state sponsor of terrorism that look, if terrorism is going to continue the way it's continuing, then there's going to be a massive payback. It could be conventional, unconventional, subconventional, whatever, but
Right.
there will be a payback if you carry on these kind of attacks. So I think that has also made people like Pakistan and others pull their hands. But I think the threats are also emerging. New threats are emerging. Bangladesh, for all we know, might become another hub of terrorism, especially after this new revolutionary, so-called
Yes.
secular, progressive, Western-supported government is releasing Al-Qaeda-linked terrorists. This perpetual
True.
things in Kashmir are looking up, but they're not entirely very good, indoctrinated and stuff.
Right,
So
right.
it's a multifarious kind of a challenge, and I think agencies are and the terrorists need to get it right once, and then everybody will say intelligence failure, security failure, and what have you. Little real time operates.
And that's, the reality of life. But always a pleasure speaking to you, Sushant.